Hey y'all, this is Destiny tuning in with today's Daily Diamond. Hey family, as always, I would like to say welcome to anybody who is new and checking out my podcast. I thank you for the support. As always, I have to thank all of my beautiful sponsors before I do anything else. So first, we have my best friend Tiana Nate. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share, and comment on all of her videos. Make sure you guys are following her on Instagram at Tiana Nate TV. Of course, we have our up-and-coming braider, Lisha. It is beginning to look a lot like those spring and summer months. Not so much here in Michigan because it keeps raining, but whatever. But make sure you check out Lisha for your box braids, your buns, your curls, and you can get at her for your ponytails. And then, of course, we have the Royal Crown Extensions, the only hair that I wear. Make sure that you check out Sade for your bundles and your lashes, your wigs, and your closures. She is really making a name for herself out here, and I'm very proud of her work and her effort. So make sure you check out Royal Crown Extensions. And then, of course, we have the only lip gloss that I wear, Kisses by Chelly. Make sure you guys check out Shelton for your lip gloss and your lashes. She has a nice little bundle deal. Make sure you check her out for lip gloss and lashes. Now, on to today's topic. So today's topic is one that came to me this morning. And I got to give you a little bit of a backstory on it. So, as you know, if you listen, that I'm Muslim, and this month is Ramadan. And it has been forever since I've fasted for Ramadan. And so it's not something that's easy. It's not something that I proclaim to do well because I suck at it. But I did not fast the first week due to personal reasons. And then I went ahead and decided that I would fast starting today. So this morning I got up, I took my shower, and got up and tried to make myself something to eat before the sun came up. And I was overcome by this feeling of fear, right? And it's not that fasting is anything super duper dangerous, right? And so people are going to be like, but what was the fear? And so I kept, as I was in the shower, I kept going back and forth in my head, yeah, I'm going to fast. No, I'm not going to fast. I can't do this. Yes, I can do it. No, I can't do it. Yes, I can do it. No, I can't do it. And I began to kind of go back and forth with myself, and then I kind of solidified and decided no, I'm going to fast today. I told myself I was going to fast today, and I'm going to let this fear go. And so that is kind of where the inspiration for today's topic comes from. So today's topic, of course, is fear. And I challenge you, as you are listening, as you are thinking, as you are writing, as you are getting ready for whatever you're about to encounter today and or this morning, I challenge you to look at the things that you fear. I challenge you to look at the things that you fear and then decide how you can proceed accordingly and not fear those things. I know, like I said this morning, I kept going back and forth with myself. I really didn't want to fast. I was really stressed out. Oh my God, I'm not strong enough. I'm not all that stuff, right? I became this super duper doubter. And then I decided no, the purpose of fasting is to clear your mind, your body, and your soul. And not only that, one of the purposes of fasting is for you to become closer to Allah, for you to become closer to God. And so in my fear and in my being afraid to fast, I had to remember that in order for me to do this the right way and do this one day, right? We're not talking about the 30 that I have to do. I'm talking about the one day. I was afraid of the one day. I have to have trust in Him. And so I know that everybody doesn't believe the same way that I do, but I challenge you to, if you're dealing with something and you're fearful, you're afraid, I challenge you to tap into your higher power. I challenge you to tap into your support system. I challenge you to tap into those people, those beings, those whatevers that put you in a predicament and put you in a situation in which you can let go of some fear. And so, yes, I'm fearful of today and the hours. The sun doesn't set until 8:43, so it's going to be a long day for me, right? But I'm also excited for how I will feel come the close of the day. I'm also excited about how I will feel when I overcome that fear. I'm also excited about how I will feel when I realize that I can trust and do all things, through Allah and through God. And so you're out there and you're listening to this and you've got a fear. Maybe you're afraid to change jobs. Maybe you're afraid to step out and do something different. Maybe you're afraid to cut your hair. Maybe you're afraid to say something that needs to be said, but you're afraid that when you say it, it's not going to be, it's not going to come across properly. I challenge you today, this week, to do whatever it is that you fear. I'm not saying that you got to go and jump out of a plane or anything, because you don't have to do that, but you do need to face your fears. Facing your fears is something that we teach our children, right? We teach our children not to be afraid. But when you become an adult, it's still hella things to be afraid of. There are still many, many things to be afraid of, to have angst and anxiety about. Every time I change a job or go to a new school, right, I'm fearful. That never changes for me. I'm grown, but I'm afraid. And that's okay. I also think too that when you're afraid of something and when you have fear of something, it's also a really, really good idea to take inventory of what it is that you fear, right? When I was thinking about my fear of fasting today, I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to eat. Like, I'm going to die. I'm not going to die because I didn't eat for these X amount of hours. Like, I'm literally not going to die. So like, me saying I'm going to die is an exaggeration. Am I going to be thirsty? Yes. Can I rinse my mouth out with water? Yes. I'll make the thing work. I won't be able to swallow the water, but I'll be able to make the thing work. And so, like, I had to take inventory of the things that I fear. I had to take inventory of the things that made me feel like I was afraid, or whatever the case may have been. And then I had to decide, like, oh wait, these aren't things for me to be afraid of. These are things that I can overcome. These are things that I can handle. These are things that I can deal with. And so, in a matter of minutes, and this was all like a silent battle. It wasn't like I vocalized this battle to my husband. He was already gone to work. But like, in that moment, I decided, like, oh wait, you know what? No, I'm not going to fear these things. I'm going to face this thing head on, and I'm going to do what I know to be best for myself. I'm going to do what I know to be best for my spirit. I'm going to do what I know to be best for anybody and everybody who might, have fear. And so, like I always say, I don't know it all, and these are just my thoughts, but I have no problem whatsoever putting my feelings and my thoughts and my whatever you want to call it, all of those things, like, on wax. I have no problem doing that, because I've realized in the putting my feelings and my thoughts and my emotions on wax, somebody else is listening. Somebody else might be experiencing the same thing. And sometimes in life, it's nice to know that somebody who you don't even know is experiencing some of those same things and some of those same fears that you might have. And it's nice to know that you're not alone in this world. Even though we live in a world with all these billions of people, we quite often feel alone. And so it's just one of those things, like, when you're experiencing an emotion, when you're experiencing a trial, when you're experiencing a triumph, I like to kind of share those things, because it helps me feel better. So if you're fearful of something, if you're struggling with something today, this week, whenever, understand that fear is just an emotion, that you can't overcome fear. You don't have to sit in the fear. You don't have to hold on to the fear. You can overcome it. You can have power over it. And sometimes it's literally just a mental decision. It is a mental decision to let that thing go. It is a mental decision to decide to, kind of bear your burden on someone else's shoulders. And when I say someone else, I mean Allah, I mean God. Bear your burden on someone else's shoulders and put yourself in a predicament in which you can be strong and you can overcome that fear. You can look on the other side of it and come out smiling and shining. And I'm not saying that when you're fearful of something that things negative won't happen. Bad things might still happen. However, when you go through something that's negative and when you push through something that you fear, that is where you learn. That is where you grow. That is where you put yourself in a better place than you once were. Everything that we've experienced in life that was good and or bad has put us in a predicament to grow. When we go get out of that predicament, when we get out of that situation, we look back at ourselves and we think about how much we've grown. We could think about the times our hearts have been broken. We could think about the times we've lost a job or lost our footing, right? And then when you come back out on top, which you always will if you have faith, you're very proud of the person that you've become. And so that's my challenge for the day. That's my challenge for this week. Learn how to face your fears and learn how to come out on the other side of those fears. Fear is just an emotion, but with purpose and power and prayer and Allah, with God, you can definitely come out on the side of that. And so if you are out there and you are listening, just try to face your fears this week. And to all of my fellow Muslims out there who are fasting, Ramadan Mubarak. I thank you for your inspiration. I thank you for the silent prayers that you send my way. It is appreciated. And as always, this is Destiny signing out with today's Daily Diamond. But before I go, let me say happy belated Mother's Day to any other mothers out there who are listening. Happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day, and a special happy Mother's Day shout out to my mother. You are amazing. And this is Destiny signing out with today's Daily Diamond. I'll see you guys next week.